भाई, तो ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि सारे देश दुनिया एक हो जाए, कोई आर्मी ना रहे, कोई किसी के लिए कटे न रहना, कोई धर्म जात पात न रहे, सभी लोग आम जिंदगी जी सके।
अच्छा विचार है। और ये देश दुनिया में हो भी रहा है, लेकिन एक छोटे लेवल पे हो रहा है।
क्या वाकई में हो रहा है ये?
हाँ, क्यों नहीं हो रहा है ना। इसको बोलते हैं हम ग्लोबलाइजेशन।
ग्लोबलाइजेशन? ग्लोबलाइजेशन क्या होता है?
तो दोस्तों, ऐसा विचार आपको भी आया होगा कि ग्लोबलाइजेशन क्या होता है, कि ये देश दुनिया में जो जितनी भी लड़ाइयाँ हो रही हैं, जितने भी जो कुछ भी इनइक्वलिटीज़ हैं, बाउंड्रीज हैं, वो सारी एक हो जाएं, सब आम जिंदगी जिए, सिंपल लाइफ जिए। तो इसी टर्म को एक छोटे रूप में बोलते हैं ग्लोबलाइजेशन। और ये देश दुनिया में हो रहा है, लेकिन एक छोटे स्तर पे हो रहा है। जितना हम सोच रहे हैं उतने बड़े स्तर पे हो नहीं रहा, लेकिन हाँ, आगे आने वाले समय में जरूर हो सकता है। तो चलिए दोस्तों, आज इस टर्म को, ग्लोबलाइजेशन को, और अच्छे और बेहतर तरीके से समझते हैं। इमेजिन देयर इज नो कंट्री, nothing to die for or to kill for. Isn't it hard to do? There is no religion too. Everyone live their life in peace. Yes, you may say I am a dreamer, but I am not the only one. One example we have just came across with, and someday I am pretty sure that you will also join us with the same example that we have just come across, and the world will be one. So a very good evening to one and all, and I welcome all of you. And today I come with a new and energetic topic, that is globalization. Starting with its definition, globalization, it is the interconnectedness and interdependence of one's nation on the globe or on the another nation. Or I can say in a better way that it is the speed up movement and exchange of goods and services, human beings, culture, technology, capital, and everything all over the planet. So let's look out its more deeper meaning by understanding what is globalization. Most of us often think that globalization is just a phenomena of financial and economic, but this is our wrong assumption that we have made from earlier. Globalization doesn't end with its field in the economic and financial phenomena. It has much wider field. It has major factors which includes cultural globalization, political globalization, social globalization, technology globalization, and many more globalizations. It doesn't end with the exchange of goods, services, capital. So let's take just a simple look, or you can say glimpse of these other types of globalization which is spreading all over the globe. Starting with cultural globalization. So as the name suggests, cultural globalization, it refers to the interpenetration of one's nation culture into surrounding culture into surrounding nations and all over the globe. Or in a better way, I can say that the spread of one's culture towards the whole globe. So you can also understand this by understanding a simple example that you can take an example of McDonald's in India. Before some years ago, did anybody know about McDonald's? But now in India, everyone is aware of McDonald's. There are thousands of restaurants of McDonald's now in India. But before India, wherever the McDonald's is built, or you can say established, there only there is no. But now in the whole world, everyone is aware of McDonald's. McDonald's pizza, McDonald's burger, McDonald's restaurant, everything. Moving to next, that is political globalization. It refers to the development and international institution, organization such as WHO, UN, or NATO, and many more like organization, which mean that governmental action which takes place at international level, and we all are the part of them. Some of them, like India is a part of G20, and many other organizations also. Moving further, talking about the technological globalization. So technological globalization, it refers to the spread of increasing diffusion of technology all over the nation, all over the globe. Or I can say in a better way that it is the spread of technology from a developed nation into developing nations. This is a better example you can understand by understanding the EVs, the evolution of EVs in India. EVs, that has electronic vehicles. Now there is a trend of EVs in India. But before India, EVs is very much common in foreign countries. So this is that due to globalization that we are come across with the new technology that EVs. But before India, many foreign countries are aware of EVs. But now in India there is a trend for EV. After some time there is a trend of new other technology. This is due to the phenomena of technological globalization. Other globalization that is the very much common that we human being travel from one nation to another nation in search of jobs, for education and many other factors. So at there, whenever we move from one nation, our own nation to other nation, we accompany their citizenship and their culture and everything else, their food, their clothes, everything else. So this is one sort of globalization. So we have come across with other types of globalization. So I can show that now the misinterpretation that you people have that globalization is limited up to financial and economical globalization. It has much wider field. Now moving further, talk about the advantages and disadvantages of globalization. You may tend to think that globalization is a term that define that the globe is making unite, or you can say nations are uniting together. Then how there are disadvantages to this? Remember, every coin has two faces. So similarly here also, globalization has both advantages and disadvantages. Yes, I agree with there are a lot of advantages are there, but at the same time there are some disadvantages also. So let's talk about some advantages. It includes that globalization help us to communicate easier with people in every part of the world, wherever they were residing. Due to globalization, it is easier to travel in every part of the world, and globalization helps to provide us better services. Better services includes in your everyday life that you can come across with water supply every day, electricity supply, mobile networking, internet access through which you are watching these YouTube videos. This is due to the fact of due to the spread of globalization all over the globe. And by the way, the internet access all over the globe is due to the globalization. Moving further, with better you can say better services, our standard of living is also improving. Many underdeveloped countries are now coming into the category of developing nation, and with better standard living, the infrastructure in which we are living is also improving. So moreover and unless with the latest technology, the the particular nation is providing its countrymen products at affordable price, and with this the cheaper prices are gaining much popularity, which automatically increased in sale, because they are cheaper, and all over the world wherever there is demand they were supplied there. This is due to the great phenomena which has been created, that is globalization. So these are the advantages of globalization. There are many more. Let's just take a glimpse of disadvantages of globalization. So one of the biggest and foremost the disadvantage of globalization is the unemployment rate is increasing. You may tend to think, or you will wonder that how is this possible, where jobs were getting due to globalization, how their unemployment rate is increasing. But just think for a while that in a least developed country, there were weak institutions, and in these weak institutions there were low skilled workers. But globalization demands for high skilled workers. So any foreign country want to invest in those countries, in developing countries where there are skilled workers with proper institution. So due to this, in a particular nation where is weak institutions and low skilled worker, there is automatically a rise of unemployment rate. So this is a bad effect of globalization. Other is that globalization creates competition, huge competition. So those companies which has developed with time, now they are the gamers. But those who are at the lower rank or the smaller companies cannot able to compete with the bigger ones. So this is also a con of globalization. Moving further, the one of the major cause of cultural globalization is that due to cultural globalization, a particular nation is losing its own identity, own religious, own cultural identity. You can very much assimilate this example with our in own example that we are living in India. but most of us Indians means most of us means all of us is getting towards the Western culture, and in spite of being we are losing and we are forgetting our own ancient and great culture. This is the bad effect of globalization that we are suffering. At last but not the least, globalization increasing the gap between rich and poor. The richer is getting more richer and richer, but the poorer is becoming poorer and poorer. So this gap is increasing due to the globalization. So at last, we can conclude by saying that we are the human beings who do not have magical powers or any supernatural powers. We develop things, we made things, but we cannot aspire that and things which has been made by us will be 100% accurate. There are some advantages, at the same time there will be some disadvantages, some cons also there. So we are still trying, we try to overcome those disadvantages, but we cannot able to eliminate them whole. So with this, I'm very much grateful that you had pay your precious time in watching in my video, and I am very much sure that you have gained some knowledge. So with this, thank you, Jai Hind and Jai Bharat.